Dear secondary stage students, year 1, welcome to our English program. Today we are going to start Unit 8. Unit 8, the robots. Have you heard the word robot before? I'm sure you have heard this word before. The word robot means something like human being, a machine like human being which resembles or looks like human being and which can act like human being, but it is computerized. It is not a real human being. It's a machine which is computerized or programmed by human to act like human. Okay, so it's a very interesting subject we are going to study this year. Let's start by the objectives of our unit. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to find the meaning of unfamiliar words and use them in sentences of your own. You're going to scan the reading text for specific information, and you're going to write and speak about the advantages and disadvantages of an invention. What is artificial intelligence? Do you know the word artificial intelligence? It's the development of computer system which is able to perform tasks like human being. So let me just try to point it out for you. أوضحها لكم شوية كلمة artificial intelligence. إحنا طبعا عارفين إن intelligence, this is the ability of people to think and create. What is artificial? Artificial means something not real. It is something by machine. Artificial intelligence, the intelligence of computer. Okay, so again, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence means the intelligence of the computer. It's something which resembles or which looks like human being and it acts like human being. This is artificial intelligence. Okay, so can artificial intelligence replace people? Can the robot or the artificial intelligence replace people? Can we use computers or robots in all fields instead of people? Can they become teachers, for example? Can they become doctors? Can the robot become a doctor or a teacher or someone who can translate or whatever? Let's watch this video and find the answer.
Will people need to learn foreign languages in the future, or will technology speak them for us? Some people think that if apps and translation software continue to improve over the next 10 to 20 years, language lessons will become a thing of the past. But can an app or a piece of software really communicate like a person can? They can definitely translate words or even whole sentences from one language to another. But they can't smile at the person you're talking to and show them that you really mean what you're saying. When you speak in a foreign language, you speak to another human being, and human beings find it difficult to become friends with smartphones or computers. We are programmed to prefer other human beings. That's why we can feel sure that learning languages still has a future.
So here in this video, we have seen that artificial intelligence or robots or computer can replace the job of a person, like, for example, translating from one language to another. There are many applications that can translate the words for you. If you are, for example, in Japan and you can't speak Japanese, so you have a program which translates the words of people around you in order for you to understand and to react. Can this replace human being? Can this? Of course it's helpful. Of course it's something helpful. But will it be like human being? Of course it will not be as good as human being. Why? Because the human being can feel what you are feeling and can express by his facial expressions what he wants to translate. It's not only a matter of translating word into another language, but it means that understand your feeling and try to express your opinion. So, of course, the human being is far more important than any machine, whatever developed it is. So let's look at this question. Can artificial intelligence replace people? Of course, artificial intelligence cannot replace people. We need people who can smile to us and share our feelings. As I said, we need people, we need the feeling, the warmth of human being. Here we have some of the words which we are going to meet in our lesson. The word click. Of course, this is a word which is very familiar to you, and all of you use it. We say double click. What's a click? Click is a short, sharp sound as of a switch being operated. When you operate a switch, it makes a sound. This sound is a click. So we can say the door clicks, means it makes a sound. So click means to make a sound, or to click or double click means to press a button. What about the word familiar? Someone or something that is often seen and well known. When I say he is a familiar person, means I know this person, I met him before. When I say it's a familiar street or a familiar town, a familiar city, means I know this city. It's familiar to me, means I know it before. What about the word invention? Invention means the act of inventing or making something new. When you invent, you make something new. So we say who invented the telephone, means who is the first one who made this machine. So to invent something means to make something new, to create something which is not there before. What about the word navigate? Navigate. All of us use GPS on our mobiles, in our cars. We have a GPS. What is the GPS or the navigator? The GPS or the navigator, it tells you the road, it tells you the way. If the road is unfamiliar to you, if you are a stranger in a city, you use the GPS to navigate your trip. To navigate you means to tell you the routes or the directions. Okay, so navigate means to give directions to the driver of a vehicle. Vehicle means a car of any kind. To give direction to a driver of a vehicle, this is to navigate. What about the word vehicle? As I said, a vehicle is a thing used for transporting people or goods. Transporting means moving people or moving goods from one place to another, like a car, like a lorry, or like a cart. So any kind of a car, any kind of tool which takes you from place to a place, this is called a vehicle. And what's a GPS? As we said, GPS is the short form of Global Positioning System. Global, this is G. Positioning, this is P. And system, this is S. Global Positioning System. And instead of saying these long words, we use the abbreviation GPS, the short form, GPS. So what's a GPS? It's a Global Positioning System. Global Positioning System means a system which tells you the position, tells you the location of a place. It's a system to determine the location of something. What about hybrid vehicles? We said that vehicles are cars which we use like lorry, like a car, which is used to move you from a place to another, or to transport with it goods from a place to another. What about hybrid vehicle? What's the word hybrid? Hybrid means it uses two kinds of energy. For example, it uses petrol and it uses, again, electricity. So hybrid vehicle means a vehicle or a car that use two or more different types of power. So it uses two different types of power, like electricity and petrol, for example. And what about the word robot? Of course, this is a familiar word for you. A machine resembles means looks like human being, and functions automatically. Functions means act, behaves automatically. So it acts automatically. What is the best invention that we have today, and why is it so great? Can you think of an invention which you can't do without, an invention which is very, very important for you and you cannot live without it? Is it the internet, the computer, or the mobile? Which of these is very important for you? Can you tell me which one is very important, which one we can't live without? Some people can say the internet. The internet is very important for everyone, for doctors, for teachers, for governments, for everyone. And again, the computer. Students use the computer, teachers use the computers, doctors use the computer, so it's very important. And the mobile, of course, the mobile is very important for you. So which one? Every one of us has an invention which he feels that is very important for him. Here we have the reading text, and we have some different types of inventions. The first one is the internet. The internet is the best invention that we have today. You can find information about anything you're interested in. So this is the first advantage of the internet, is that you find any information you want. It's really useful if you need to find out something for your school project. What is the word to find out? Find out means discover, means to know, means you wanted to know something about your school subjects. For example, I would never be able to do my homework without it. Look at the word to do the homework. Again, we say the collocation, do the homework. We use the word to do with homework, with housework, with shopping. So I would never be able to do my homework without the internet. The internet also makes life easier. It makes life easier in your free time. You can buy anything you want online. Of course, all of us buy things online with a click of a button. Very easy and very quickly you can buy just with a click of a button. You can also communicate with your friends. Of course, this is one of the most important advantage of the internet, is that you communicate easily and quickly with your friends. Even if they live abroad. Even if they live abroad, you can contact them through Messenger, through any means of communication. The second invention is the GPS. In my opinion, the GPS, or the Global Positioning System, is the best invention. GPS helps you to navigate your journey from one place to another. And what is the word navigate? Do you remember the word navigate? The word navigate means take the direction or know the direction of your trip. You can use it when you visit a town that you aren't familiar with. And you remember the word familiar. The word familiar with means you know this place before. In the past, people needed maps to get around. So in the past, people have to carry maps. But now they have GPS on their mobile. But GPS is more useful because it just tells you what to do. If you don't know how to get somewhere, the technology will tell you exactly where to go. So the GPS tells you step by step how to go to a place. The third invention is the hybrid car or the hybrid vehicle. Again, what is hybrid vehicle? A vehicle which use two kinds or two types of energy. For example, it uses petrol and electricity, so we say it's a hybrid vehicle. Most cars, buses, and other vehicles need petrol. But petrol is becoming more expensive. What would we do if we didn't have petrol? What can we do if we don't have petrol? Fortunately, we now have hybrid vehicles. So hybrid vehicles means they use both petrol, and when the petrol runs out, they use electricity to drive the engine. For this reason, the vehicle uses a lot of petrol, a lot less petrol. There are also cars that are only electric. At the moment, they cannot go long distance, although they are useful to travel short distance like to school or to shops. So what is the defect of the electric car? The disadvantage of the electric car? خليني أوضح لكم أكتر the advantage of hybrid cars and the disadvantage of electric cars. Electric cars can't go for long distance, but hybrid cars, because they use both petrol and electricity, they can go for longer distances. Again, the word hybrid vehicle means it can use electricity, it can use petrol first, and when the petrol run out, it uses electricity, so it can go for longer distances. But what about the electric car? The electric car only use one kind of power. This is electricity. So when the electricity is cut down, it can't go for longer. So the defect of this car is that it can't go for long distance. So you can use it for short distance, like going to school or going to work. Let's answer some questions on the reading text. What is GPS short form of? What is GPS abbreviation of? هي اختصار لإيه كلمة GPS? What is it short form of? It's a short form of Global Positioning System. Global Positioning System. What is hybrid vehicle? Do you remember? I explained it many times. Hybrid vehicle means a vehicle which use two types of energy, of power, like petrol and electricity. So what is hybrid vehicle? Hybrid vehicle use both petrol and electricity to drive the engine. Find the word in the passage which means learn something you don't know. The word find out. The word find out means to learn something you don't know. So when we say I want to find out about for example, electricity, I want to find out about Shakespeare, so means I want to know information about him. So to find out about something means to know information about this thing, to learn about it. So I want to find out about genetic engineering, for example, means I want to know about this subject. What about this word, go out? Find the word in the passage which means leave your home to do something fun with other people. To go out means to go with friends out of the house to do something fun. So I want to go out with my friends for lunch, for a walk. We want to have a walk together, so we go out. So go out means to make activities, activities with friends outside the house. Find the word in the passage which means travel from place to place. This is get around. To get around means to travel from place to another. So what's to get around? Means to travel from place to another. So for example, when a tourist wants to get around Cairo, he needs a tour guide or he needs a GPS to tell him the route. Read this article about the invention and then write a similar one about your favorite invention. Here we are going to read about an invention, and I want every one of you to write about his or her favorite invention. What is the invention? How long was it invented? And why is it important? For example, you can talk about the internet, the computer, the mobile phone. Tell me, is it invented long time ago? Why do you think it is important? Okay. So here we are talking about the robot. I have chosen the robot to talk about as the best invention. A robot is a machine that is controlled by computer. Robots can do some of the things that people can do, like cleaning or putting parts together in car factory. We have had robots for a long time, so it's not new. We have it for a long time. But today, robots can do a lot more things than robots could do in the past. In my opinion, the robot is the best invention because it makes people's lives easier and helps companies to save money when they make things like cars. So here I talked about the invention of the robot. First, I said what is the invention is. Then I said that it is invented long time ago, but now it is more developed than it was in the past, and it can do more things than it can do in the past. And then I talked about its what it can do. It can replace people in factories, for example. It can do the dangerous work which people can't do. So I want every one of you to choose an invention and to talk about. Tell me what is the invention, if it is invented long time ago or not, or it is new, and tell me what it can do. Okay? Now let's look at the synonyms. What is the word synonym? The word synonym means the meaning of the words. A word which gives the same or similar meaning to another word. So let's look at this table. The synonyms of the word advantage. What's advantage? Advantage means merits, means upsides. So when we say advantage and disadvantage, we can say upside and downside. We can say merits and demerits. So these are the words advantage. What about the word disadvantage? It means demerits or downside. What about the word consequence? Consequence means the results. The results. Consequences, the results. Okay? So we can say, what is the result of smoking? What are the consequences of smoking, or what are the results of smoking? So we can say that smoking causes or results in a lot of disease. So cancer, for example, is the result of smoking. So we can say cancer is one of the consequences of smoking. So consequence is like result. What about the word extreme? When I say extreme cold, means very cold. So extreme means very, means something to severe. So severe cold, for example, we can say severe cold or extreme cold, or exaggerated, something very big. So we can say extreme cold or severe cold. What about the word familiar? We have the word familiar. When I say this word, his face is very familiar to me, means it's common. I saw it before. I know him. So the word familiar, it can be like the word common. Common. We can say common colds, common disease, common cold. So familiar means something we can see a lot, something common. Here we have the antonyms. The antonyms are the opposite meaning. So we have the word advantage, the opposite is disadvantage. We have the word consequences, the opposite causes. We said that consequences means results. The opposite is causes. So when we say that smoking is the result or the consequence of smoking, cancer is the result of smoking, we can say that smoking causes cancer. So the word consequence is opposite meaning to the word cause. Extreme, we said the extreme means severe, means exaggerated, means very big. But the word moderate means it's average, it's not very big, it's moderate. And the word familiar, we said the familiar is common, so the opposite is unfamiliar or uncommon. Look at the prepositions, which are very important in this unit. We have the word find out. Find out means to know about something. We have the word communicate with. We can use the internet to communicate with our friends. Add to, I can say I add him to my contacts. Or we can say add sugar to my tea. So add takes the preposition to. And again we have get around. What does it mean to get around? It means to travel from one place to another. We can use the word change into, to change something into something else. So I can say I changed my room into a house. So I changed it, I modified it, I turned it into another thing. Help with. The word help takes the preposition with. So I can say, help me with the homework, please. Can you help me with the homework? Familiar with. familiar with. I can say his face is familiar with me. Or this city is familiar to me. Turn on and turn off. We can say turn on the light or turn off the light. So these prepositions, look at the table again, these prepositions are very important, so we have to study them by heart. We have again verbal collocations. What are verbal collocations? That are verbs and nouns that go together, like the word cause a problem, or cause troubles. Okay, cause problem, cause troubles, cause headache. We can say cause headache, cause damage. Give, we can say give opinion. We can say give an example, give directions. We can say give advice, or give a party. Means make a party, give a party. We can say have an effect. So we can say smoking has a bad effect on our health. So have effect. Have fun. I can tell you, have you spent the holiday well? Did you have fun? So have fun. Have entertainment. Again, we have the word make, to make progress. Means to develop something, to make progress, to make sure, to make a decision. So these are verbal collocations which are very important and you have to focus on. Now let's answer some exercises on the vocab which we have taken today. Necessity is the mother of invitation, invention, adventure, obligation. Of course, it's a wise saying, مثل كده بيقول necessity is the mother of. يعني عايزين نقول إن when it is necessary for you to do something, you will have to do it, you will have to invent something new. So necessity is the mother of invention. ده مثل يعني بيتقال إن الحاجة الاختراع، إن الحاجة هي اللي بتخلينا نحاول نخترع حاجة جديدة. So necessity is the mother of invention. Number 2, internet companies know where we go as they can find information in our GPS, CPR, NASR, NSS. Of course, the internet companies know where we go as they find information in our GPS. We said the GPS is the global positioning system. GPS helps you to your journey from one place to another. We said the importance of GPS that it helps us to navigate. What's navigate? To know the directions, to know the steps in order to go to a certain place. Number 4, you can use it when you visit a town that you aren't familiar. What is the preposition with familiar? Do you remember? Yes, very good. Familiar with. So when you go to a place you aren't familiar with, the GPS will help you. Question number 5. Most cars, buses, and other need petrol, but petrol is becoming more expensive. So most cars and buses are called what? They are called vehicles. These different types, these different means are called vehicles. Means of transport are called vehicles. Question number 6. Vehicles use both petrol and electricity. We said that the vehicle which use two types of electricity, two types of power, they are called hybrid vehicles. So what are hybrid vehicles? They are vehicles which use two types of power. Question number 7. We wanted to find about Charles Dickens. What is the preposition? Find out. To find out about Charles Dickens means to know, to learn about him. Question number 8. Increasing air pollution is the disadvantage of the factory. The word disadvantage can be replaced by. Here we want the synonym. We want the synonym of the word disadvantage. So it causes pollution, so this is a disadvantage. Here we want another word which gives the same meaning. Yes, it's the word downside. So the word downside can be similar to the word disadvantage, but merits, upside, are both means advantage. Question number 9. I don't agree with your extreme ideas. The word extreme can be replaced by, here again we want a word with the same meaning of extreme. So extreme is similar to severe or moderate. Severe, moderate, exaggerated. Of course, here we have severe and exaggerated. These are both means extreme. So when I say extreme cold, it means a severe cold or exaggerated, very big. So the correct answer is A and C, means severe and exaggerated. This is the end of our lesson today. Let me remind you, it's talking about the robot. We have talked about the robot. We have talked about a very important expression, artificial intelligence, which is very important word. We talked about the GPS, means the global positioning system. We talked about the hybrid vehicles, means vehicles which use both electricity and petrol. I want every one of you to write about the most important invention, which he thinks that it's very important in his life and he can't do without it. Okay? Till we meet again next time, inshallah. Wish you best of luck. Goodbye.